Totally got back.
We're live. All right. I'm going to hand it over to Trent.
Hey, sorry, we're just talking about that amazing intro video. Welcome to Delta Green. Welcome to the end of the world. Hi, I'm Trent B. This is going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. Let's just introduce the players and then we'll play the damn game. Let's start with our glorious host. Thank you so much for making this all work. Tickingtimebob.
Hey, all right. Mic check. I'm good. Tickingtimebob. I run the channel and I run a lot of Pendragon over here. And I am playing. Should I announce who I'm playing? Is that the standard?
Go ahead. Yeah, sure.
I'm playing Mickey Hanley, who we will see more of as a rookie field agent. We will see what's up with him soon.
Cyberbro.
All right. Hello, I am the Cyberbro, and today I'll be playing Agent Dale McMichaels, field agent, fresh, relatively new field agent.
And Thomas.
Hello, my name is Thomas, and I'm going to be playing Agent Pearl Grayson, the AI agent who's been around the block a few times.
Good. Speaking of which, Thomas, would you give me a sanity roll, please? That's a D100, and you want to get equal to or less than your sanity.
Let me take a look at my current sanity. My current sanity is 55.
It's a good number.
I'm going to roll this dice. I did not, in fact, get equal or lower. I got 68.
Good. One off the magic number. It is dark. You can smell the familiar scent of desert air. You can smell blood. You can smell the insides of someone. Your hand is curled in the familiar grip of a rifle, a weapon of some sort. You can't see it, but you know it's there. Lights streak through the sky. Like the Phoenix lights again. Not so long ago, a meteor shower in Phoenix. You remember it, and it's happening again, but this is different. You've seen this before in Desert Storm. This is indirect fire, rockets, mortars, something's coming in. You sort of tense up for a moment, but the Iraqis never hit anyway. They only have seconds to set up and fire. You know that the QRF force is already on its way to fuck them up. The clouds are pink. Somehow in this darkness, like the sunset, like a tongue-colored pink. Far to the east, they impact these rounds. You look down and there's a face ruptured with a bullet torn open, the eyes split, the cheek broken. It smiles up at you, not that it has a choice, because you've made sure of that. Your right index finger twitches. It's bloated. Your eyes are pale. The jaw is fractured. The split tongue is full and protruding. Maggots crawl up from the eyelids. You zoom in to the milky eye, like clouds, white, silver. Clouds that move strange and slow, inevitable, like the yellow sky above. Yellow. Strange. You blink. And no, it blinks. And you zoom out of the sky in this dead eye, and it turns, and now it smiles for real. Its teeth are yellow. You burst awake from this nightmare, sweating. Is Agent Grayson normally late for work?
He is not normally late for work. There are times when he flirts with tardiness, but for the most part, he doesn't have anything better to be doing in the morning than getting into work.
With your failed sanity roll from this nightmare, this one seems a little worse than usual. You will lose a point of sanity. But before you do, I would like to ask, would you like to project this sanity loss onto one of your bonds?
My only bond that I have is Rusty, my dog. I think Rusty wasn't around for Operation Desert Storm. He wasn't as at fault. I don't think will impact my dog or take it out on him in any way, though that might just be me not understanding what the mechanic is. What does projecting it do?
Basically, instead of taking that point of sanity, amount of sanity loss from any particular sanity event, you can roll a d4 and you can reduce the amount of sanity you lose by that. You also reduce your level of your bond by that, and you reduce your willpower by that amount as well. So basically, instead of taking sanity loss, you take it out on your dog.
I will not do that. Pearl loves his dog, even if he himself doesn't particularly like himself. I think conceal, don't feel is the way to go.
Appropriate. You check your watch, it's 8:30 a.m. You probably need to be at work. You don't normally sleep in. You don't know what happened to your alarm if you have one, but you're stressed. You don't feel well rested. You are fatigued for the day because of the intensity of this nightmare. So you'll be at -20 to all of your skill rolls. but you
Oh,
can smoke
baby.
cigarettes. You can smoke cigarettes to offset that, or take other stimulants if you have them. What do you do?
I will say that on immediately noticing the time, he will leap out of bed, but his body is sluggish. He got no rest. Looking in the mirror, he half expects to see that bloated, misshapen face that he saw in the dream, but he just sees himself with eyes, dark circles under them, a beard, perhaps a couple of days past when he should have shaved, and a face pale and sweating. He does shower. He just like splashes water on his face, and before heading off to work, he will make the strongest, darkest cup of coffee he can. And that'll have to do until he gets into the office for the crappier but cheaper stuff they have in the bureau.
Cool. That coffee will keep you going for 4 hours without a penalty. So you can ignore that penalty for the next 4 hours. After 4 hours, if you would like to keep not taking that penalty, you can do more drugs, at which point you will start to lose willpower because of the stress of this.
We
So you
at
skip your
Tickingtimebob
shower.
Gaming do not I do not recommend it.
Recommend drugs. Yeah.
But yes, he does skip a shower. He gets himself dressed. Like in the Phoenix, Arizona heat, it is a nightmare to be dressed like a bureau agent, but dressed like a bureau agent he must be. Undershirt, stab-proof vest, shirt, suit jacket, tie. He will be sweating like a pig, but fortunately, that will disguise how disheveled he is on this day, and he needs to get out the door.
Fantastic segue. It is August. It is the 13th of August in 1997. We're somewhere in the vicinity of Phoenix, Arizona. It's hot. It's humid, more than hot. We're talking the max temperature today is probably going to be in the vicinity of 40 degrees Celsius, a bit over 100 Fahrenheit, and the humidity is probably going to be close to maxed out as well. Even overnight at the moment, it's 25 degrees Celsius, 80 in Fahrenheit, and you're sweating. There's a montage stuck in traffic, horns, etc. Car park, but fucking DuckTales has already taken your normal spot, and you got to find a new bit. You get into the office, you stink, you haven't shaved. Give me a charisma roll and give me a bureaucracy roll, please.
All right. My charisma is 50.
Times 5. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yes. Yep. It's full numbers in this one. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Let's give it. Oh, no. I dropped one of my things. Hey, not bad. 28.
28 is good.
Bureaucracy, however. My bureaucracy score is a 10. I will have to roll lower than a 10, which I do not at a 51.
You are buried in paperwork this morning. You've been putting it off for fucking weeks, but your special agent in charge, who is an old guy, he's like 57 or something like that. His name is SAC Patrick Hobson. He's been on your ass about this for a long time, and you got to get it done. You don't. You try your best, and you have to cut corners. Fortunately, you don't stink too much. You manage to kind of, air out your armpits on the car on the way in or something, and you're just buried in paperwork, and you will lose from the exhaustion of dealing with this shit that you fucking hate 1 point of willpower in the process of getting to lunch. Speaking of which,
Really do hate paperwork.
we cut across in the office to another little cubicle just on the way. We have Agent Dale McMichaels. Michaels, what is your college degree?
Dale's college degree is criminal justice.
Yeah, and you're currently buried in admin as well. You're doing paperwork. You're processing reports for Mickey. Mickey Handley is currently investigating the opioid epidemic. He's, trying to track down the dealers and sort this whole problem out. Could you also give me a bureaucracy roll on this?
Problem? All right, I got a 21. My bureaucracy is a 40. I'm in my
Perfect.
element.
No stress at all. You're getting through it. You're keen. You're new to the team. You've been in the FBI for a long time. Just been promoted. You're looking at information about this particular.
You're kind of going in and out.
So I'll keep talking, and you let me know if it's still bad. Juan Martinez is this character you're working on at the moment. He died of an overdose. He was found in the 4th of August. It's got a case number 918UMAZ, Hispanic, Latino, 55, blah, blah, blah. You're working through all this stuff. And then you get this document ready and you take it over to the guy you're working with, who is Agent Michael Handley. What is your college degree, Michael Handley?
We could hear him before.
We could hear him before. It's okay. Dale McMichaels, just you could shout out, Bob, when you get your voice going. Dale McMichaels, you hand this report. Obviously, Mickey Handley is kind of busy processing. He just takes it and shoves it on his desk with the rest of them. You hear a voice shouting from the office across the hallway. It's a voice you know very well. It's SAC Patrick Hobson. DuckTales! What's going on here?
I'm on my way, and he rushes to the voice to his boss.
Get in here. All right, cut the crap, DuckTales. And he has this dossier on the table. I hear it, don't you? Chipmunk noises. Getting weird things from chat. He's not muted, he's chipmunk. Yeah, okay. I'll finish this scene and then we can check in with the Bob sound stuff. He throws a dossier at you. It's a manila folder. It's full of paperwork. I have sent you this, the contents of this dossier already. The pertinent information in there is the summary of case facts. And on top of that summary of case facts is a torn out article from a newspaper called the National Tattler. On top of that is a post-it note in yellow, which is handwritten on there. San Carlos Police Department, 9 a.m. tomorrow. Contact Major Frank Garrett. And if you open up those articles, or the article, you can read the article and you can read the summary of case facts. He throws it at you. He throws the dossier at you and asks you to have a look.
Okay, no problem. Wow.
It's hot in here. I saw some shit last night. He just starts talking while you're looking. Some Carl Sagan motherfucker was saying some shit about global warming. We're fucking up the planet by driving around. Can you believe that asshole? Waste of a fucking hour. Anyway, all right, take Grayson, take Mickey. Grayson's in charge. You got any questions? What's going on here?
Yep. So first, I think we could do a little bit of recycling around the office. We do go through a lot of paperwork. I think there's some validity to what Carl Sagan is saying regarding global warming.
What?
Take serious.
Global fucking warming. It's Arizona. It's always fucking hot. DuckTales, what are you talking about?
Nothing. I see.
Go-
So
Get out of my fucking office, okay? Go talk to the boys, sort out your shit, and come in here. You let me know if you got any questions, okay? Listen, the case, our jurisdiction is these are kidnappings, okay? We got, I don't know, Rita, how many people are missing in there? Lend assistance, do not take over, okay? This is not our operation. I want you to avoid escalating the situation or drawing attention to anything that's going on, okay? They're making me retire next year, so fucking clean this shit up. Okay, I don't want to hear nothing about it, about me. Capiche?
definitely, you're retiring. Congratulations.
Fuck you, okay? Get out of my fucking office.
And then he'll turn around sharply and leave. Do you want the door closed?
No, it's fucking, I just told you. It's hot.
And he turns to the other agents. He's going to look for Grayson since Grayson's in charge.
Bob, how you going with sound?
Testing.
Got him.
Here.
All right,
Weird.
loud and clear.
Apparently, it's coming through as a chipmunk to chat, and then not coming through at all to you guys. So I have no idea what that's about.
We can hear you fine now. Yeah, maybe. You hear all this. You've got this thing on your desk, and you're processing all this paperwork for the opioid epidemic. Grayson's coming in. He looks like shit. He hasn't shaved. He sort of smells a little bit, but there's something about his masculine scent that doesn't put you off.
Much brew.
What is your college exactly? He smells like push-ups. What is your college degree?
Yeah, so we bounced around on a few different things for him. He ended up in law school for a while. He tried to go into medical school, didn't make the cut, which led him towards what he really wanted to do and what his parents didn't want him to do, which is head towards criminal justice and the FBI.
Awesome. Speaking of which, could you give me a criminology roll? You're working on the opioid epidemic. You're tracking down dealers. The cartels, the war on drugs is all full swing at the moment. You're currently looking at this lead into the Sinaloa cartel. It's this character, Salvatore Sammy the Bull Gravano, and his son, Gerard, who are really high on your list at the moment, but you haven't been able to pin them just yet. How do your roll go?
That is a
that under
pass.
your bureaucracy?
Was it criminology or bureaucracy?
Criminology, yeah.
I'm under.
Yep, cool, great. You're good at this. You're a professional. You've been into this sort of operation for a long time. You're making enough progress. You're feeling satisfied. McMichaels puts this Martinez thing in your desk, and it's another lead for you to follow up potentially about this opioid thing. But it's not long before McMichaels comes up to you, presumably with this this new case, which is going to take priority apparently if your boss is to be believed. Let's just skip forward just a second. We've got Grayson, we've got Mickey Hanley, and we've got Dale McMichaels in a room. You've gathered together and you've got this case file in front of you. What do you think?
And victims. You thinking this is organized or some sort of serial killing?
Just to chime in real quick, I think for Mickey, just because we haven't spotlighted him at all, he's sitting here kind of the opposite of, he's more relaxed than McMichaels and doesn't look like he just woke up out of bed like Grayson does. He's young, he's clean shaven, he's the rookie of the year kind of guy. He looks fit for the job and he looks ready to go. He looks eager.
Dan, do I resent you for that?
One key note about him is he always sits with his right leg kind of extended outward. So no matter how he's sitting, it's always sort of positioned out, like whether he's sitting at his desk or in this room at this moment. If he's not standing, he's doing that.
Awesome. To clarify for you, Grayson, maybe that was an in-character mistake. Currently, it's missing persons. There are, there's not much indication that there is any actual murder going on.
Right. There's one murder, but 9 missing people. That's
yes. Yeah. So you could presume that there are other people dead, but at the moment, it's missing.
Yeah. You thinking this is organized or just one really driven person? Looks like over just a little over a month, 10 people have disappeared. 9.
Are you thinking trafficking?
I'm thinking it's likely. But even if they were traffickers, they'd be taking the valuables. It's just an extra way to keep a buck. That's the best thing that I can think of. Whatever they're doing it around State Route 70 near the San Carlos Apache Reservation.
Yeah, there's information on that reservation in the area as well. I'm in for a moment. There's a description. There's the Department of Commerce profile on the area in there, explaining a bit about the area. You also have some information in there. They have their own police department in the reservation. Obviously, they are called not obviously, but they're called the Apache Tribal Police or the San Carlos Reservation Tribal Police. But there's also the local PD, as in Phoenix PD, are the ones who are running the case. And that is this Major Frank Garrett that you are to contact. Please continue.
He asks McMichaels, Hobson said we don't get lead on this case, just assist.
Yes. We're just the assist for this case. Looking over the file, it looks like none of the individuals were locals to the reservation, as far as I can tell. So I don't know, maybe if someone there saw something potentially. So it would be worth it to check in with the reservation police.
Yeah.
Very likely.
Getting out there and talking to people probably makes more sense than sitting in here and looking at papers.
Let's do it. I'll make a call to the major. Whoever these people are, these sick fucks killed a toddler. We're gonna bring him down.
All right.
He slides the papers McMichael's way. He looks like the data guy.
Yeah.
I'll get my briefcase.
Cool. You set about getting your stuff together. You have your issued Motorola MicroTac ultralight mobile telephones. You anticipate there's going to be basically no network coverage in the reservation proper, but there is some around Phoenix and there might be some spots out there. You have your car. You have one car for the 3 of you. Normally you'd be working with 2 people, but because you've got a couple of rookies, well, not rookies exactly, but relative rookies, there's 3 people in the case, so that keeps it straightforward. You finish off the day organizing plans and everything else, wrapping up your current jobs, knowing that you have Grayson to meet in the morning. Does anybody want to do anything else in the afternoon?
Camera froze for a sec. You want to repeat that one?
Oh, God damn it. Yes. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, cool. So you have the afternoon. You can spend that just getting ready and organizing yourself. Do some paperwork and requisition all your stuff and use your issued mobile phones, all these sorts of things. Do you want to do any particular planning in the afternoon or just focus on getting your main work done or anything else?
I think we don't know too much about what we're getting into. You think is necessary. If I need to call the major, I will. if I don't need to. I need drugs to focus on to actually operate at maximum capacity. So I might take it easy and just wrap up the rest of my work if I don't need to make the call.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't need to make a call. You know, it will be courteous and potentially useful and stuff. But particularly if you're not feeling like you're going to make a good impression, it's no stress. You've got a meeting booked already.
He will make a call then. It's the polite thing to do. Let's take some amphetamines. I'm sorry, say again, Dale.
I was going to say, if you're not up for it, I can make the call for you. You look a little groggy. Wake up on the wrong side of the bed.
Slept like shit. I must have gotten like 2 hours off and on.
That's unfortunate.
Honestly, if you'd like to do it, I'd be happy to have you do it. Just remember, don't let them walk over you. We're here to support. We're not here to take over, but that doesn't mean we can't. We'll take their shit.
Right. Yep. I can do this. Yeah.
And like, kind of contrary to his words, he's not like going off to like take a nap or something in a break room. He is lurking, perhaps. It doesn't matter where he is in relation to Dale McMichaels because he is uncomfortably close and looking uncomfortably intensely at seeing how he'll handle this. This is his way of going, now are you doing a good police job?
Dale makes awkward eye contact during the call, just looking over.
Yeah. You call up, there's a knock there's a knock on the door to the little sort of office cubicle that you're in, just as the major starts to pick up the phone, and then the major answers, "Hello."
Hello, this is Agent Dale McMichaels. I'm calling from the Phoenix branch of the FBI. Is this the major of the Phoenix Police?
Speaking. You've got Major Frank Garrett, Arizona State Police. What can I do for you, Agent?
Hello. Good afternoon. So we've just received the case file for your missing persons up there on the reservation, and myself and 2 other agents are tasked with assisting you on this case, providing any support that we can. We're looking at a meeting tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Would you be available to discuss the facts of the case?
Absolutely. We will be grateful for the help. We are busy. We got a mugging in Scottsdale with a 1071, serious injuries. We got a 1065 missing person in Maricopa, no leads. We got a break-in at CSS Chemicals. We got a 1054 Martinez OD in Buckeye. We got all these other goddamn 1065s in the reservation. And we got this goddamn little girl. Listen, the crime scene's secure, but if you want to come out this afternoon and have a look before we... we can't leave it sitting out there all day, you know. We've got to... Well, it's hot, and we can't leave the body out there like that, so...
No problem. I'll confer with the other agents, and we'll see if we can drive by. Either way, we'll make sure that we're there promptly at 9 a.m. tomorrow to discuss and pull together a plan.
Good. See that you do. All right. Well, just... If you're coming to see this afternoon, then give me a call. I'll have some of my troopers take you out to the scene before we clean up, but we'll probably have to wrap this thing up by... before the end of the day, so that's up to you.
Okay. If you'll hold a second, assuming Agent Grayson is right there over my shoulder, Agent Grayson, are we going? They want us to come by this afternoon. Do you want to go see the body this afternoon? The body.
Yeah, let's do it. Come in.
The door sort of slings open, and it's Mara. She's the office administrative assistant. She has a tray of sandwiches and drinks for you all. Hi, Agent. Hello, Agent Hanley. Hello. I have your lunch orders if you would like.
Perfect.
Your sight for sore eyes, Mara.
Thanks, Grayson. This is yours. Here you go. And she takes it off the thing, and it's all of the eyes, if they're all the little eyes, the one eye in your got a little love heart on it, and all the T's are like really nicely.
You're cutting out again.
She has all of your sandwiches, and she gives them.
Heard most of that.
Major will be by this afternoon. Please let your men know that we'll be by this afternoon.
Sure thing. All right. Thank you. He sounds a little bit stressed, but he hangs up the phone.
Okie dokie.
But yeah, it'll be good to get down there as soon as we can. Even if it's before our meeting. We don't know what might happen to the crime scene in the meantime. I gotta get more coffee in my system, but we can head out when we can, then take the night to think about what we see.
All right, yeah, shotgun.
You're an analyst. You sit in the back.
I called shotgun. That's the rules.
Hold on, let me take a look at. Unfortunately,
You went out. Can't hear you.
Discord issues, seems like.
Yeah, maybe. In any case, you go to head out to get the car, whatever the seating order is. As you're leaving, Hobson calls out to you, Hanley. Hanley, get in here for a second.
Oh, yeah. I'll just say, give me a minute. And I'll head back in.
we'll be here.
All right.
What is
How's
it?
it looking in there? You guys okay? You on top of this?
We got it under control.
Okay, good. Listen, Grayson is a fuck up, so he's in charge of the field ops, but this is starting to get some media coverage on this bullshit, so I want you to make sure that shit's in order in terms of the fucking paperwork and all that, all right? That's you now, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I can do that.
Good, because, all right, look, the other thing is, we got the First Nations tribal relations are a concern in here. We don't want another goddamn Pine Ridge, okay? We don't want to mess things up. We want to keep things nice and happy, okay? So be gentle with the police there. Okay, keep everything shiny and smiley, okay?
Yeah, I gotcha. We'll keep it nice and easy. Nice
All
and
right.
under control.
Good. Control. That's what I want, okay? Control. Good. Okay, get out of here.
And Hanley has a really confident demeanor about him, I think. He's not too strong with his words, but he's seems cool and collected. Probably what maybe Grayson was like before he went and got shell-shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was in the military, and you should have seen his haircut. It was it's said to be the perfect.
It just
Hindsight.
squared away.
So Hobson stands up, and he's a big guy. He's 6, and I said 57 earlier. He's not quite there yet. He's a big guy, the kind of guy who probably used to lift a lot when he was younger, and he's a bit softer, but he's still got a lot of that muscle. And he hands up and he shakes your hand. He says, "You're all right. Okay, get out of here." And he sort of squishes you a little bit, pats you on the shoulder.
Does his best not to show it and return as strong a handshake as he can, but that's not his strong suit, to say the least.
Cool. You head out to the car, presumably. Who's driving?
I am.
Sick. Have you taken more drugs?
He has. He has been smoking a cigarette in the motor pool, just like while hanging outside.
Yeah. The rules as written are you have to be chain smoking to get the benefit. So presumably you're going pretty hard.
Oh yeah.
So to make it through the after.
Now again. I'm going to propose, why don't we take a brief break? We can all disconnect from Discord for a minute and reconnect and see if that fixes things. So we'll be right back, y'all.
Sounds good. We come back in to seeing Agent Grayson leaning on his car, having his 4th or 5th cigarette for the afternoon. You take 2 willpower loss as you fill yourself with as many stimulants as you can to get over the awful night's sleep just before you hit the road. What kind of car do you have?
I would say I haven't given this much thought. I think probably a police issue like Crown Victoria or Dodge Charger.
Sick. Give me a luck roll.
Let's do it. My luck is, think, one of my highest stats, but I don't know where I put it.
Yeah, I think you rolled it. It was like something. 70?
It was something
like
impressive, but I don't think I wrote it down. Yeah, it was 70. Let's go with that. 52.
Perfect. You got a Dodge Charger. It's rad. Everybody else on the team is jealous of how you got it. Presumably, you know that your SAC is also a war veteran. Maybe he just gave it to you because he's like, respect for the operators of the world, you know? So you got a cool car. You get in. Anybody got any sweet car prep? Who is riding shotgun, etc.?
I think Dale would be in the back begrudgingly. He's a larger guy now that he's been working out, so he's kind of just back there, briefcase up, just
Squished in.
You did call shotgun. I was prepared to honor it.
It's all right. We're all going to the same place.
Nerd. Are you armed? I mean, you presumably have your sidearms with you most of the time?
Yeah.
Cool.
Certainly armed. And he's got more in the boot.
Correct. In the what do the Americans call it? Trunk. In the trunk of your vehicle, you have a Colt M1A2, aka an M16, in the trunk with a bunch of ammunition. You got a Remington 870 Fieldmaster shotgun, and you've got 2 is the standard accompaniment of tactical vests also in the trunk. They're all secured and locked in and such. Nonetheless, you drive. I will take you in the dossier. I'll just upload them to the little chat thingy again anyway, just so you can see them. The landscape in Arizona is quite beautiful on its best days. And as you leave Phoenix and you have to drive about almost 2 hours to get to the reservation, the city leaves behind a smoky kind of gray, and the smell of, exhaust and litter and such is replaced by something which weirdly smells almost urban. It's humid. It hasn't rained today, but it rained. Let me just check. I've got the weather reports. Recently, it rained. It rained yesterday, and you still have a little bit of this distinct earthy smell of the creosote. Anyway, this particular bush that's in these Arizona desert, it smells like sharp, smoky tar, kind of like a campfire, and fresh ash as you get out into this landscape. Arizona is ugly and boring. Yeah, well, look, it may be ugly and boring, but the space that you're driving through at the moment is a little bit of a desert. It's kind of got low shrubs and grasses and cactuses and stuff, but cacti. But as you drive off to the northeast in the reservation, you can start to see the mountains raising up. And within there, anybody who's been out here will know that there's beautiful valleys and gullies and quite a diverse array of vegetation. A ponderosa pine, pinyon juniper woodlands, plains and semi-desert grasslands, and Sonoran desert scrub.
Now,
and
if
this
only
is
we were
where,
trying to cook us alive.
yeah, exactly. Do you have aircon?
He does, and it's turned to the max.
Awesome. It is amazing.
McMichaels, you see any patterns with any of those missing people?
McMichaels would not have been reviewing the dossier. He's looking for birds. He's looking out the window. So
I will now post the image of the birds that I have from Arizona.
like I said before, no one appears to be from the reservation. A few of them are tourists. That's all I can discern right now. Maybe a little bit more time,
You see a lazuli bunting in a shrub, just darting away from the car as you fly past.
That's a lazuli bunting. He as he's explaining, he just points out the window, like over there to the right.
I think like one hand on the wheel, one hand kind of like rubbing his forehead.
What
like,
the hell is that?
Yeah, very good, McMichaels.
It's a type of bird. It's kind of blue, and then its breast has a kind of a brown tint to it. They're on the chest.
Are you a birder?
Yeah, yes. Do you
Oh.
also enjoy bird watching? Are you
My
also a birder?
grandma-
Sensational.
Really loved it.
Yeah, it's a great hobby.
An awkward silence. Yeah, an awkward silence followed.
Yeah.
The car
Anyway,
rumbling.
the point is no known pattern.
Do you want to keep investigating patterns, or shall I fast forward?
I think you can go forward for now.
Yeah, I think so too. Like looking through, I don't see too many links.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah,
you're
look,
not-
the only major link, yes, true. The obvious link is that it was all on Route 70, pretty much, which is
Yeah,
the road that you
The
are
place.
currently traveling on. The place,
I
exactly.
think the only thing I think I almost call myself McMichaels Hanley will say is it doesn't really seem like the right demographics for trafficking. Seems to be a bit more all over the place.
Yeah, with your criminology score, you are you're pretty confident that there's almost nothing tying these people together in terms of their demographics. It seems like a lot of them were traveling through here, as opposed to living here as well. And it seems like a lot of the vehicles or whatever else that they were in were, from what you can understand from the summaries, it doesn't seem like they were kind of out of sorts or anything else. It was just the cars were either stopped or something like that. And they were kind of isolated individuals, presumably. And so as you approach this highway, there's sort of like a bit of a winding turn in a valley off to your right. But there's a bit of a plain where you are, and you can see up ahead No flashing lights, but there's been a cordoned off section. There's some traffic control, and you can see some local police. There's several vehicles in the area. You can see that there's a coroner team and and those sorts of things there. As you get closer, one of the cops walks out, waves his hand to sort of wave you down, slow you down.
Bringing the vehicle into a slow, he stops where directed. He'll take out his badge and he'll say, Agent Grayson, FBI.
The police officer offers her hand to you, and she says, "My name is it's Sergeant. Nice to see you. Welcome to the not welcome. Hi. Look, this is yeah." And she sort of looks down.
Imminent.
Yeah.
Read her a little bit.
Yeah. What are your human int scores?
Mine is 60.
They're all 60.
60.
Yeah. It's immediately obvious to all of you that she's traumatized. She's just shocked by what she's seen, and she's sincerely glad that you're here, and she's very much hoping to wrap this all up so that she can be somewhere else. And so she just sort of nods. She checks your badges after an afterthought, takes a few steps away, and she says, "The car is over here. We have the photographs of the scene, so you're welcome to have copies of that. But yeah, go ahead. It's messy. It's not good."
Get some copies ready and take a breath. We're used to this kind of thing, but it never gets easy.
Okay. Thanks. Thank you, Agent. Sorry, I missed that. Agent
Grayson.
Grayson.
We'll be asking you a few more questions once we're done looking over it.
She nods, and she heads over, and you can see she calls out to a police photographer. "Yeah, there is a car. You may approach. Does anyone want to do anything in particular before you approach?"
I don't believe. Do we have like little baggies and stuff for evidence or that kind of?
Yeah. You've all got all your professional thingies. It would be, presumably you put your gloves on and whatever normal FBI shit is around, you have.
We're probably not supposed to touch either, right? Wait for forensics for a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, essentially, you got the impression from the police major, Garrett, that they kind of were holding the crime scene in case you guys wanted to check it out. Yeah, so it looks like they've sort of been kept it secure, and they've got lots of management here and stuff, even though they're busy, because they wanted to give you the chance to investigate rather than cleaning it up this afternoon. And obviously they couldn't leave it overnight.
I'll try to catch her before she leaves, and I'll say, has forensics been looked at this yet?
Yeah, they've been over it. They've got well, they're a little confused as well by the whole thing, but yeah.
We'll take a look. Thank you.
She nods, and she's just a bit shell-shocked. You approach the car, and you can see from a distance the front door is open, the front driver's side door. The front passenger side door is ajar, and the back driver's side door is open. In the back, you can see that there is a baby seat with what looks to be the body of what was a child inside. Awful and nightmarish, obviously. The child is 2 years old. She's a toddler, and she is not moving.
All right. Well, my character is a rookie, so I'm going to make a con roll if that's okay.
If you're getting close, I would like everybody to make both a sanity roll and a constitution roll.
Do I need to, because I am used to violence?
You do not need to make the sanity roll, but you can make the con roll anyway.
Let's do it. My con's pretty good. I don't want to fail this. And I do not. At a 49, I succeed.
I have a 13 on my con roll.
I succeeded at both, but I'm going to have him still like cough and kind of pull away. I still think that's his first time. He's going to just kind of stay back about 20 feet for now. He got a good look.
I failed my sanity roll. I rolled an 82, and my sanity is a 70.
Right. You see this body, and you will take 2 points of sanity unless you would like to project it onto a bond.
None of my bonds are like here. So
how it'll work is you don't have to have them here, but if you do that, we'll have like a scene later at some point where we'll sort of play out that expression and how you kind of lash out at that bond and cause the damage to that bond.
I'll take the sanity.
Yeah,
I'll
cool.
take the sanity.
My understanding, like in those cliches, it might be like Like for my fiance, I might not call her, or I don't answer her. Or, you know what I mean? You're just like, it's interesting. I love that. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, it's a cool mechanic. No, you're good. It's perfect. So you approach, and Hanley steps back because he's presumably worried about the awful stench and the visual and all of the nightmarish stuff that you may find were you to come closer. McMichaels takes a little bit of a step forward, and you glance inside, and what you can see of this body, tiny, small body as it is incredibly disturbing. It's been half chewed and eaten. It's incredibly emaciated, like it's been sitting like it's sort of a desert mummy almost, like it's been drained and dehydrated. Chunks of it are missing. Half of the face has been ripped or torn, like some wild animals gotten into it. There's, a little bit of blood spattered on the car, but not that much. How does McMichaels react?
I think he visibly he doesn't play it off like oh this is fine, and then he's like just shooken. I think he visibly like turns and just kind of just cheesy Pete's, and he just like turns around and like walks away from the car, like visibly showing that this has disturbed him. He's shaken by it, and he's not hiding it.
Yep.
I was expecting to be bad, but not that bad.
Yeah, I think it's a contrast to the other two. It's not that it doesn't affect him, it's that he had a goal when getting here, and, like, even though the wave of the smell and the sight of such an innocent corpse is there, like, it doesn't faze him. He doesn't miss a step. You can tell that he's grizzled, some might say damaged, as he looks over the car. It seems like emaciated, you said. Does it look like... Now, I'm not a huge forensics head, but does it look like they were dead when the other two were kidnapped, or does it look like they remained here for a time and starved?
It's a great question. And as you said, you're not a great forensics head, but you may give me a roll. If you were, I would give you some stuff for free, but give me a roll.
Hey, nice! 2.
2. It's almost a crit, but not quite.
Not quite.
Yeah. You, as much as you aren't a forensics head, you've probably seen enough people dead in vehicles over your Desert Storm experience that you can kind of piece together this particular scene relatively well. From what you can assume, you kind of look carefully over the door, and you're looking for like skin and scratch marks and any of this sort of stuff. It looks like the people who presumably were in the front of the car and are missing were out of the car before this happened, just from like the little sprays of blood and things. None of the windows are broken. And you look over the car and you can see that there is a flat tire. And with your military science role, you're exceptionally skilled at, the understanding of military technologies and military tactics and all this sort of business. You have a look at this flat tire and you can see that it's got a couple of puncture marks in it. And it's the kind of puncture mark that you would see if there was a trap set for the car deliberately to puncture the tire, but not in a way that would be obvious to anybody except, somebody who knew what they were looking for. Kind of like police spikes, but different. These are like ad hoc police spikes that, were deployed for the purpose of presumably puncturing a tire. The body itself, it looks like was killed in place and has been here for a while and was killed while, whatever were here.
Do we know?
Right.
Do we know who is driving? Have we been able to identify the car, who this girl is? Have we heard from the parents?
You're speaking to the sergeant or
whoever's in the area, like even the team of players, if we're, just kind of whoever's in rain.
Mm-hmm.
The parents are missing. It's Dieter and Vera, I think, who were gone from here. This is Sophie von Olsen, unless I'm wrong.
You're right. Out of character.
It's a guess, right?
Yeah, it's an assumption that this is the body of Sophie van Olsen. They are making that assumption based on the rental car information of this vehicle. So presumably, there were 2 parents.
Well, if this is the car, then very likely.
McMichaels, and like cognizant that he's taking the long way around to look at the thing, Grayson will say, Take a look in the area. See if you can see any signs of some kind of homemade spike strip. It punctured the right tire here. Made them drive off the road. Made them stop. It'll be... I almost said meters. It'll be within a span of maybe 100 yards if they haven't moved it, but there's always a sign.
Yeah, no problem.
You are you're currently, you sort of wandered off and turned away, and Sergeant Harrison has come up to you at this point, and she's sort of been not really chatting to you, but empathizing with your evident shock about this situation. You know, she's sort of come up and put a hand on your shoulder and let you know that the medics are around if you need some support. But Grayson has interrupted this.
Thank you. He brings up a good point. Have you seen any type of spike strip of any kind in the area or anything along those lines?
She looks a little surprised when you mention this, and she says, "No. We had a look around, of course, see where the car came off the road, but I didn't see anything. I don't think." And she sort of looks around. You know, she said, "I can look through the camera shots to see what was there before. But by all means, go ahead and check, Agent. We weren't looking for that kind of thing, though. It's not unusual to get flats around here. Lots of spiky vegetation, sticks and rocks and long drives."
Definitely. Grayson knows his stuff, so he thinks he sees evidence of there's interesting puncture marks on the right. I think you said the right front tire.
Yeah, correct. Yep.
The front right tire. So that leads us to believe that there would be some type of a trap laid. So you could look back through any. I don't know.
Yeah.
You guys will take.
I'll come with you. I know where the car came off the road. We looked around already. So she takes you up, and up to where the cars come off the road, and presumably you go a little bit further. What is your search?
I have a search of 70.
Yeah. Okay. That's very, very good.
Get those glasses.
You do not find a trap of any kind or spikes a little bit further down the road. What you do find a little bit further down the road is, let me just check that, some very, very subtle marks in the dirt. You see some damage on some of the vegetation by the side of the road, which looks as if something sharp had been dragged past it. And you could see a little like sap has started to sort of form around these little gash marks on the stems of these little trees, and so, like, grasses have been torn as if something has been pulled through this area relatively recently.
Assuming that I have my camera with me, I'll take pictures of that, and I'll explain what I'm seeing to the sergeant as we're going. You see these twigs, these little trees here, something sharp was dragged across them because they have sap coming out right here. And then it looks like whatever was dragged here went there. And he's taking pictures as he's explaining it.
Holy fuck. So what, they stopped the car? Fuck. And she's, monsters. Oh, just random? Whoever was coming past? What's going on?
No way of knowing just yet, but we'll get them.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Okay. Well. All right. I'll go amend the reports. Can I get a copy of those? Thank you. Okay. Fuck. Well. Wow. And she, nods and walks off to get that all done.
While that's happening, I just wanted to get something in if I can. Let me know when I can.
No, perfect. That's exactly what I was going to say. You go.
Okay. I think because all I've done so far is literally like walk away from, clear some distance. I think what McMichael will do, just to catch up to Thomas's multiple things here, is I'm going to take the handkerchief and put it over my mouth and nose just to prepare. I want a better look. I want to do forensics.
Yep, absolutely. So you, while this is all happening, Grace is looking over the car and McMichaels is investigating this lead. You investigate the body, and it is, as I said, it is nightmarish. It is not the kind of thing that anybody should see in their life. You prepare yourself physically. The smell is less than you would think. The body is drier than you would think. Even in this humidity, even in this heat, it's sort of unusual the state that the body is in. Nonetheless, the cloth helps and you can go over it. What is your forensic score? 50 is good. Give me a roll anyway, just to see if you get something really good, but 50 is plenty.
33.
Oh, so doubles are criticals. If it's a double and a pass, it's a critical success. If it's a double and a fail, it is a critical failure. So you're a rookie. This is one of your first jobs, and you can tell this is a serious one. It's been escalated from a missing persons case to a murder case and potentially multiple murders, et cetera, et cetera. And you have the focus of somebody who has been shocked into action. You carefully look over the body. Apart from all the obvious, gore and damage to this body, you kind of see all that and you look past it, because obviously that most people get pulled into it, but you are focused, and you can see apart from the draining, and it's still fresh, and so it's largely because you've come here this quickly that you can see these things. There are multiple little pinprick marks on the flesh of the body that hasn't been torn, eaten, chewed, etc. You can also tell that the marks tend to be arranged. It looks random at first, but with your critical and with your keen detective eye, you can see that they're actually in a pattern. It's sort of like almost as if it was done by kind of rulers, various rulers of various lengths, just intersecting straight lines, sort of wrapped around the soft flesh of this child. And there's multiple of them, as if they were like if you took a ruler with nails on it, or pins, like tiny little needles, and slapped somebody with it. The other thing that you notice is very, very subtly, again, there's a lot of different parts to this body that are, different colors and disgusting textures and smells and things. It's awful. But you see that there's something which isn't a fluid that comes out of a human body. You see tiny little marks. It's this kind of silvery black liquid that you can see, just not even a drop, just a hint of a spray of something unusual.
Interesting. I mean, I didn't come here to do the whole forensic kit stuff. So I think as Agent Hanley notices this, he's like, he just calls out loud. He's like, we need someone to collect a sample, and we're gonna need someone with a camera here.
People come running over. They're keen and ready. At this point, most people aren't actually busy. They've basically been waiting for you to get here so they can clean up. So they're right there with everything they need. And they take the samples. You can see once you point it out, some people are shocked and there's murmuring and such, trying to figure out what it is they're looking at. They take these samples, they put them in vials, whatever else. They take photos, they zoom in, and they're very careful now that they've got this new lead. It's obvious to you that they didn't catch either of those two details. They didn't catch the pinprick marks. They certainly didn't catch the weird pattern of it, and they didn't catch this strange fluid. Yeah.
I'm gonna I think where Hanley's mind's going right now is they might have injected something into the kid, into the child. So
yeah. The only unusual thing about that is there's lots of these pinprick marks. If they'd injected them, they did it a lot of times.
Yeah, that seems odd, but it's the only thing that makes sense.
Yep.
I guess the other thing that would probably cross his mind is a wild animal would do something like that, but it's what wild animal would do that? Could stop a car. So
yeah, and with your critical forensics, and you think that, and you look at the damage to the flesh and things, you see the teeth marks, and they are not the teeth marks of a coyote, nor a wildcat or any of these sorts of things. Those are human teeth marks.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think he's gonna step away at that point. I think that's too much for him. He's gonna walk away.
Give me a sanity roll, please. Just a cheeky little one.
He does have really high sanity, so that is a pass, fortunately, at 65. He's got an 80 he's got a 16 POW. Is his best one.
Good. Yeah, he's hard as nails. This is why they recruit people like you, because you're capable of dealing with the worst crimes that the nation has to offer. You step away, and Grayson, you're there, and McMichaels, you're probably coming back at this point, unless are you doing a broad search, McMichaels?
Yeah, I think that given what he saw over there, he's not too keen on coming back just yet. So he'll probably make sure his search is a little broad, trying to take the long way around.
Yep.
After he's given the photos over to the sergeant,
Yeah. You keep looking. You go for a kind of a long walk around the area, slowly, carefully, pretty happy to not be rushing. As you do that, we'll cut back to Grayson, who has just seen Hanley turn around with a kind of a steely look. Yeah, you've seen something, and you've also heard what he said about these, weird things, but he hasn't mentioned the teeth yet.
Damn good find, Hanley. That's the kind of thing which is, well, weird as hell, but the weird stuff is unique. You doing okay?
He looks over to make sure McMichaels isn't in earshot just because he doesn't want him to have to deal with this right yet. So he speaks a little bit lower. He says, "Those teeth marks, fucking human."
I think there's a bit of a snarl on Grayson's face as he goes, "The sick fucks."
Give me a sanity roll, Mr. Grayson.
Let's
This
do
is for
this.
helplessness, not violence.
Quite so. My sanity is currently 54. Let's do this. That is a critical fail at 66. No, wait, hold on.
Critical fail.
Sorry, that was my bad. 69.
Oh, the magic number. You gain 1,000 sanity and you have 4 grenades now. No.
Yeah. Exactly what every boy dreams of.
That's true. The number, though.
Yeah. Nonetheless, you might as well have critically failed because you have rolled. Well, I have rolled 4 points of sanity. Would you like to take them? Would you like to project them?
I think I'm gonna take them. I've only got 1 bond. I don't want to waste it.
Yeah. That's a good point.
My one bond is at a score of 7. So
yeah. Yeah.
That dog's
all you.
run away.
It's
that
all
dog
you.
is all I've got, and honestly, not even that great a dog. But then
But it is yours.
Yeah.
How does this look? 4 points of sanity is almost at the point of a really significant psychological event, I should say. How does he react?
I think he gets very still, and you can see Hanley as Grayson thinks about it. He's imagining the kind of sick fuck. He's imagining the scene, shadowy figures, like walking up, like taking out the adults in any which way, but it's not that he's focused on. He imagines the door opening and someone climbing in slowly, and like teeth sinking into soft flesh. And it takes him a little bit of a moment to notice it, but you notice it. His hand is like hovering at his holster, like gripping at the hilt, his knuckles white. He wants to shoot something. He wants to shoot something real bad, but everyone around him is a law enforcement officer or a cactus. So instead he just like dwells, and though he's looking straight ahead, he's seeing those teeth marks get made.
Yeah. And you can, maybe your mind imagines that you've just heard Hanley's supposition that this child was injected with something beforehand. Maybe it was like some way of subjugating her beforehand, and maybe she was alive when this was happening. And these human teeth just slowly sinking into the flesh of a child's cheek and pulling it away. What were the parents doing at this time? Were they tied up watching? Had they already been eaten? All of these things fly through your head. Hanley, how do you react to this?
Grayson or him?
Hanley, Grayson says this. What's your response?
I think he just walks away. I think he needs air. Yeah, I think he just needs air. So even though he's handling it, he knows like he's on the brink of like not keeping it together, because someone needs to die for this. Is kind of what's going through his head right now. So
you take a moment, you walk off, you're thinking, you're furious. Grayson is trying to find some way or some justification for killing anything, and McMichaels is trying desperately to not have to deal with it as well. You keep looking around, McMichaels, and you find another set of tire tracks. There was another vehicle here. This one looks like it was driven off-road for the most part to this location, to a position that was not have been visible from the road, but it is nearby.
He would say, Agent Grayson. Agent Grayson, he would like be not running, but he's speed walking back over to Agent Grayson, unaware that Grayson is right on the cusp of a psychological. I looked into the first tip that you gave me. There up the road, looks like they dragged some type of trap onto the road there. Here are the pictures. If you look at this twig here, there's sap, and it was a sharp cut there. There's sap dripping down right here, and he's like pointing it out. And This is the second thing I found on the road over, well, off the road here. There's tire tracks there that are they were hiding and laying in wait. They couldn't see the car because it was off the road that the suspect was in. The car was off the road.
I think like McMichael's words and presence kind of breaks Grayson from his murder trance, and the prospect of new intel goes, good find. They would have had to have a vehicle to take some of the people, and if we can match the tire tracks to any of the other crime scenes, or even to any of the vehicles we come across, we may have found our kidnappers and our killers.
Sensational.
What you found might have blown this wide open. Good work, you and Henley both. We need to collate what we can and then, well, share what we found with the local PD and get some rest. This body needs to be taken to a morgue and, well, buried.
Me, definitely, yeah.
But yes, so one thing that I would like to do though, cops probably already did it. Are there any, like, registration or things of that type of detail in the glove compartment? Like,
Of
where this
the
rental might have come from or... Yeah, of the rental.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they were leaving Phoenix and heading east. Looks like they were driving along the road. Yeah, they've already done like background
Yeah.
checks and stuff into these particular victims. Yeah, so yeah, they were just traveling Dutch.
I think with a newly haunted look
They've come
in
from the Grand
Grayson's...
Canyon. There you go.
Yeah. With a newly haunted look in Grayson's already quite haunted eyes, he'll gather McMichaels and Hanley and go, unless there's anything the rest of you think can be found here, I think we've already done quite a bit. What you both have found have honestly changed it from a cold case and a dead end to something with very notable and distinctive clues.
All in a day's work.
So there's another car here. Can we tell where it's headed, where the tracks go?
Yeah.
He says
So
to them, kind of thing.
sure.
Just letting you know that was in character. That's all.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you out of character now that I've interrupted. You would have to follow them a ways to find out where exactly they went. But from what you can see, it looked like they came and left off-road, at least as far as you can see in the immediate area.
Keep the tracks in mind, and we can follow them tonight, or we can follow them in the morning. But if I had to guess, I think they'll still be in the area tomorrow, the week after.
What if
They've
they're
been doing
alive?
this for a month.
What if the parents are alive, though?
If they're alive, we'll have... I gotta be honest. If they were alive when they were abducted, most of these things turn to deaths in 24 to 48 hours. It's been a couple days.
This one's
Do we
pretty
know-
new, actually. This
Oh,
body
really?
was found.
I thought it was...
Yeah.
In that case, I'm
this-
wrong.
Oh no, it has been. Yeah, sorry, you're right. It's been a couple of days. Yeah.
Awesome.
Has a
Um,
search party been mounted? Do we know that? If a search party's been mounted in the area for the parents?
Yes, a search party has been mounted. I mean, people have been searching around for days. These disappearances have been happening for a couple of weeks now, since July 4. So they have search parties. But as Garrett said, the Phoenix PD are super busy at the moment, and the tribal police are doing what they can, but they've got a small force, so to speak.
I think we could probably follow the trails, but following it by car is going to be difficult to do, and following it on foot means that we're going to be walking for miles.
Maybe it's wise to establish contact with the tribal police and then follow the trail with them. Who else would know the land better than they would?
I agree, and that way we can link this crime scene to the other crime scenes, see if there's a point that's equidistant.
I think Hanley will go to like the glove compartment, grab the local map kind of thing, just pull it out there. Like, so well, where are the tracks headed?
They're headed currently perpendicular from where you can see without going too far. They're perpendicular to the road, east-west.
Is there anything? What's the nearest settlement? Let's say village.
Yeah,
town,
fair enough.
Reservation.
There is do I have a sweet map? I'm pretty sure I've got a sweet map here somewhere. Can I show you this map? Yes, I can show you a map. I just want to make sure it doesn't have anything that I'm not supposed to put on it. Yes. Here we go. You can ask the local PD, and they've been looking at this case for a while now, so they can give you not only the map of this location, but the map of the previous ones as well. I'm just sending that through. on the Discord chat.
Got you. So number 5 is the one we're at now, right?
Correct. Yep. And to locate that within the broader area, here is a from the dossier. The reservation is off to the east of Phoenix, which is coming through now. That's
Indeed. Okay.
Following the 70.
so there's like little. Yeah, this is all Route 70.
So you said it goes east-west, kind of perpendicular to the road. Is it going east, like further into the reservation, or is it going west towards the mountain and the lake?
West.
West. Gotcha. Going further away from the reservation and maybe into the mountains.
Well, it's going in towards the center of the reservation.
Right. Gotcha.
Can you tell anything about these tire tracks? Does it look like a truck or car? Or kind of looks to both of you.
You guys have got search skills. Who has? I guess it's probably either forensics is probably appropriate. I think it's forensics, right? Yeah. How do you
Does that still
respond?
work?
I've got a forensics of 50.
Yeah, you can both roll. Hanley, you probably know that you have a better eye for these sorts of details than they do, but what do you guys roll?
Could I potentially argue for a role of either drive or military science land?
Yes, military science land. Let's say we'll give it I'll give it a -40 because you'll probably only be able to recognize military vehicles or drive flat.
Let's do drive flat. Hey, 21.
Oh, sorry.
Nice.
Oh, no. All good. What did you roll?
I rolled a 69.
4 grenades for you.
Tonight.
Yeah, it's 2 of them. Yeah. It looks like a truck, or in Australia it would be a ute, in the US it'd be a truck or like a Jeep or something like that. An off-road
Yeah, it
capable
looks
vehicle
like,
for sure.
How about
Yeah, looks like an off-road truck.
maybe we can at least take a trip into the reservation, see if there's anyone that drove out in the last couple days with a truck or a Jeep.
Yeah, not a bad idea. We can do that before this.
I don't like leaving this if those people are still alive. I don't like the idea of.
I know. That fear kind of wriggles around. That you could be doing something. That you could be doing something. It doesn't go away, even when you sleep. Things like this, it sticks with you. But the best way to make it go away is to solve the case. Best way to solve the case, follow the leads. You got good instincts.
Are we past lunch yet?
You are past lunch. Yep. It's getting to late afternoon now. You can see with your good human scores that the police crews and everything else are looking like, are you guys done? Can we pack up? We want to get this cleaned up so we can go home,
They can probably pack up. I got no objections. I think with everything that we found and they found, they could use the break.
He'll go up like to whoever's kind of in charge of the forensic part of it and just say, we'll want to see a toxicology report when you can.
Absolutely, sir. We've got some DNA samples that we're going to be running anyway, and whatever it is that you've just found there as well. And you can see that he kind of, is confused a little bit by this. He's like, doesn't quite know what to call it, even in casual conversation. But he says, yeah, we'll run the data on that as well. We got some resources for that. So yeah, we'll hopefully get it back to you in, well, maybe a couple of days, but it depends. We're busy. So yeah.
As soon as you can, he says, less like urging them on and more just stating the case.
Yeah. Give me a charisma roll.
A charisma is low. I do have persuasion.
Give me charisma to start with, just to see, it was kind of a casual comment.
Yeah, understood. Charisma is 10, so 50.
Yeah.
Oh, 21.
Perfect. Yeah, you can tell your professional kind of attitude and your about. Yeah, you can tell that when you say that quick as you can, he nods, and you can tell he's going to do it as quick as he can. Any more on the scene?
Not on the scene, I don't think. I think we are going to try to follow the trails a little bit. As we get ready to go and pack up, he's probably going to say to the sergeant in charge, you did good today. Have a rest. We'll follow the trails a little bit more, and we'll phone the major tonight with what we find if there's reception.
Yeah, you're not going to get reception out here with your with those, she says. I'm not really sure what to call a cell phone / mobile phone yet. Apparently the police don't have them, but she's, yeah, we've not been pressing too hard with the tribal police just yet, but I think we'll we'll leave it to you to start that off if you like, and we'll help you out. But I think you're seeing the major tomorrow. Is that right? He can help you there.
We are, and yeah, that'll be a good start.
All right. Thanks. Thank you for your help. Yeah, people are pissed off. Yeah, we gotta. Yeah, okay.
We'll find the
We're gonna
guys.
pack up now. Okay, we're gonna clean up. Thank you again. Thank you.
All right. We pile in
Cool.
and see about heading west while there's daylight.
Just want to clarify, because I think there were two different things stated. One was that the car was heading west, and then there was a proposal from Hanley to head into the reservation to reverse engineer.
Same direction.
Oh, I thought it was east heading west. It's west towards.
Yeah. So sorry, that was my rough language. I said the tracks are heading east-west. That was me just giving the trajectory, they're heading east and west because they came east and west, but they head westerly away from the site. My bad.
Towards the reservation. I thought it was going away from that towards the hills.
Yeah, same thing. So from that 0.5 on the map, they're heading kind of northwest into the center of the reservation, or toward the center of the reservation, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that was my bad. Cool. And so with the site behind you mobilizes, you could see the body bags and everything else. Well, the one small body bag was already, ready to go by the car, and you can see that everybody starts to mobilize to clean things up and get it sorted as your sick car picks up. And you
I wonder if I can make my car one of my bonds.
I think you can get new bonds. I'll have to look at the downtime stuff to see if you can create new bonds. There must be a way. And you head off to the northwest. Yeah, and as you pointed out, there are some mountains toward the center of the reservation, and that terrain is a little bit kind of winding, and you go through various types of vegetation as you do. You can see the big lake to the south as you drive. Now, is your goal, are you going to try to drive off-road, driving along the road to try and find something?
You cut out.
Yeah,
I wonder, maybe
I think we got it.
It's been happening a bit more. We want to do final break number 2? No?
Yeah, that sounds good. Yep.
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
Okay.
We will be back.
We'll be back very
See you in a
shortly.
bit.
All right.
The car rolls west on Route 70. Golden hour is starting to hit. There's this beautiful light which just brings out the beautiful orange colors of the desert and highlights the greens of the plants as they popped up. Each one starting to get a little bit more excited as the monsoonal rains have kicked in. Where are you going as you drive west?
I believe we're following the trajectory of I'm just going to close my windows so the door starts slamming. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, it does.
I'm trying to figure out where they might have gone after doing the crime.
The trouble of the driving on the road is it's much harder to follow the tracks. You do see, given that you're looking and your high search skills, you do see that maybe half a mile or something down the road, those tracks which were off-road running west have rejoined the main road. You can see as you're driving slowly where they've rejoined. But at this point, the car is on the highway, the car that you're trying to follow the tracks of, and it's basically impossible to see where it's gone. But as you can see from the map, there is a lot west of that Van Olsen point. There's along those little roads, and particularly like the junctions and stuff, there's little towns. That road that heads north, that little white line up towards the word San Carlos Reservation, heads to like a few little communities and stuff as well. But particularly now, and with this light, just following the tracks isn't going to get you much.
Yeah. This road does go towards 3 of the other crime scenes, but if it's on the highway, no disturbed earth, it's going to be a bitch and a half to actually follow the tracks. I'll be honest, it's getting to be around 6 and I'm fueled mostly by coffee and cigarettes. If you are fine to keep on going, so am I. But we've already got a meeting arranged tomorrow where we can hear about more of the crime scenes. You think we're going to solve it in an hour? 2? Think we're going to do it without coordinating with the major?
The boss did want us to coordinate directly with the major in the support role. I think we've supported just fine thus far. At the very least, we could establish contact with the tribal police, and once we speak with the major, we can talk with the tribal police.
Yeah. And I'll say this, me wanting to stick what's doing this? It isn't my gut instinct. It isn't what I want to do, but it's experience. We're going to get more done doing this officially than we are following the road and waiting to see someone to shoot. He says, still like driving, and like as he says that, he kind of looks out the window. No, still not there. And he says, tomorrow we're going to be in a better position and we're going to have daylight on our side. Because I'll tell you this, searching the desert by night by torch, that's going to do nothing but wear us out and wear batteries down.
Yeah, and I'll just add that you, with all of your humans of 60, can tell that Grayson is shattered. He's been running on fumes for a while now. That 20% penalty is starting to apply again. And
No,
yeah.
I hate 20% penalties.
And and the sun is starting to set. Also, Bob, apparently they can't
it's
hear you.
fixed. So
You got it. Cool.
that was my bad. I don't have it set up to auto mute and unmute right now when we go to break. But all you missed, folks, for my part in that was Hanley is trying to urge to, he's a young rookie. He's trying to urge them to go on. He thinks that these people might be alive, and he's worried they're not going to be if they don't go do something about it. Obviously, foolhardy, a bit reckless, but he's driven right now by what he saw happen to those kids and then the possibility of saving some people.
Yeah, Grayson is, to use Pendragon terms, strategically prudent, tactically reckless. You'll see exactly how little he cares for his own safety. But here and now, he does think that the best thing to do is to coordinate later.
McMichaels just doesn't want the boss yelling at him or calling him DuckTales more than he has to.
You look outside as you ponder. Roll me a d10, by the way, DuckTales. If you cast your glance to the landscape images as well, the sun is starting to set. You can see those pinks and oranges and blues over the mountains as you drive.
I rolled a 7.
You've rolled a 7. As you look out the window in this sunset, a beautiful bird with aqua wings and scarlet belly. It's an elegant trogon. This is a rare bird, and it is just...
He's trying to get his camera out. Am I able to get it out fast enough to take a picture of the bird?
Give me a dex roll.
All right, cool. This is the important work right here.
I think when he's fumbling around to take the picture, Hanley's like, what is it? Do you see something? Do you see the track?
What was it? You passed?
52, yeah, I passed.
Yeah, cool. You managed to get it out. It's a terrible shot because you are driving at, however many miles per hour, and the bird's sort of darting across, and you just sort of catch it. But you've got it. It's on your screen. You take like 45 photos, and one of them, actually catches the bird.
It's an elegant trogon, an exceedingly rare bird to be seen. My bird group they're gonna be stoked.
Hey, McMichaels, does the elegant trogon eat carrion?
Generally, no, they don't.
All
That's
right.
mostly the California condor does.
Just a hunch.
You also know that there are lots of ravens in the area, and they definitely eat carrion.
As do ravens, of course. You would know that.
Yeah, just hoping for a lucky break just as we were turning around, but fate doesn't work that way.
And so, perhaps encouraged by some of your finds today, but disheartened by the fact that you are, at this point, unlikely to solve the case before dark, you continue to drive west. Is that correct? All the way to Phoenix?
I believe so. That being said, I'm very glad we went this afternoon. And I think, in fact, Grayson will say, I'm glad we pushed it to go this afternoon, though. The stuff we found is going to be real good when we talk to the major, and, well, at least Phoenix PD will have the information at some point by the week. No matter how swamped they are, this is going to be a priority. The substance that was on the body and the presence of a spike strip indicates forethought and patience. And we already had the idea that it was the same group of people doing this. But with something that distinct, we can find them that easy.
McMichaels is just fully engrossed in his bird photo.
Just finding like photo number 53 with the birds in flight.
Exactly, just like the right angle.
I think Hanley's real quiet.
Sorry, you can.
Hanley's real quiet. He doesn't really respond to Grayson for the rest of the trip, or at least not anything past simple responses that he like in his own head.
The car rumbles into Phoenix, back to the station. Most people are not there anymore. Obviously, you have keys and your bits and pieces, and the office is dark, and you may return to your homes. Anybody want to debrief or do anything before that happens?
I gotta be honest, man's gotta fall unconscious at some point, or he'll fall unconscious on his feet. And when he does that, the nightmare's worse.
I got something, but I'll wait for the other.
Sure.
Yeah, I think I've shared all the info that I found. I think McMichaels is just changing, getting ready to go home. Another day's work.
Go ahead, Bob.
I think Hanley, there's like a brief scene of Hanley going home. He kind of looks at the answering machine and sees that there's missed calls, probably his fiance, probably his dad. And then he pulls out a map, kind of recalls back to see if there's any rest stops or basically places that are just off the highway.
Mhm.
I think he's going to stake it out tonight, for better, for worse.
Now it is you who has the no sleep.
And that's the kind of thing
Cool.
I imagine like Arizona highways aren't like full of traffic at 2 a.m. That thing where he might try to like sleep in between and then all of a sudden there's lights and he wakes up. He'll probably stay alert till normal bedtime hours. Not on the road though, definitely either like a gas station or a rest stop or something like that. Just off the road.
There is the gas station at which Felix Royos was presumably kidnapped or went missing. You can go there if you want.
Yeah.
Cool. Let me.
That's too much of a curveball, Brent. You feel
No, not at all. I was just trying to. That's perfect. It's actually great and very much suits what your guy is up to. So you head off and you're keen and you were already sort of a little bit disconnected, and so you go home and get ready. Are you taking FBI vehicles or whatever else? Are you taking your own car? How's that all going?
I would have to go check in if I took an FBI car. Could I do that? I think he'd have no problem doing that as long as it's not something if that's a breach of his power or whatever, he wouldn't do that. I think.
Not necessarily. Give me either a law or bureaucracy roll to find a way to justify doing it.
Let's get a bureaucracy roll. We failed 85.
Do you want to do it anyway? Well, you know what? First of all, you can push the roll if you want to. If you push the roll, it will cost you. So basically, that will be a re-roll. And if you fail, it turns into a fumble. And to do that will cost you a little bit of willpower. Or you can spend some luck, and that will also cost you willpower at the rate of 1 willpower per 10 luck. Or if you push the roll, it's just a d4 of willpower.
I'll push the roll because it's narratively interesting. If if he starts already going off the deep end, obsessing about the case a bit.
Yeah. 4 willpower.
Normally,
and give me a roll.
41.
Normally this takes more time, but this guy's advanced.
Yeah. You sort of stress yourself out a little bit trying to get this, the paperwork sorted and whatever else. You're busy and you're scrambling and you've got this line of how to, officially requisition this vehicle for the night. And then it's sort of, you're stressing out. You're like, fuck, I'm going to get in trouble. I'm a rookie. I'm trying to do the right thing. And you blah, blah, blah. But then you realize, oh shit, there's a clause that you can leverage. And so once you get over that stress and that 4 willpower loss, you get a hold of the vehicle and you drive east in the dark. Grayson, as you are leaving the FBI headquarters in Phoenix, there is an image of that also in the dossier page. FBI Phoenix field office. Let me just chuck it in here because who doesn't love photos? You, with your incredible alertness, you see somebody is watching you. They're not just a random person walking past, going for their evening walk or whatever. They're watching you, and also with your alertness, you can see that they're holding something about, the size of a toaster.
About the size of a toaster, about the size of a large handgun. I think even when preparing to go off duty and go for the day, his hand twitches close to his holster as he senses this. And pretending not to notice for a little bit, he continues walking, and then he turns his head as he gets a little bit closer, trying to get a bead on this thing, turning his body as well and moving towards it. It goes from a casual stroll, which is, again, more like a stalking, loping stride, to power walk towards this thing.
Give me a stealth roll to sort of pull off this little, physical trick / deception.
My stealth is not bad at 70.
That's very good.
One fell off. That is 34.
34 is a pass and definitely better than who or whatever this is. And so you sort of pretend not to have seen this figure standing sort of not in an alleyway, but just in a side street, kind of perched against the wall, holding whatever it is they're holding in the dark. And you turn and you beeline, and you can see this figure kind of like sort of twitch or turn their head just enough that they're like, they've clearly been caught off guard by whatever you've just done, and they pull back away from the corner into whatever is behind that building. They're about 50 yards away.
Sprinting really quick.
Give me a dexterity roll.
Let's do. My dexterity is not amazing. My athletics is 80. My dexterity
Hey, give
is
me
55.
give me athletics in this case, because why not? It's not in
Yeah.
combat. With an 80, you're fine. You sprint.
I got a
and you're-
27 anyway.
Yeah, cool. You're pretty quick. You sprint, and you can see that the person who has come around the corner, first of all, appears to be a person for all intents and purposes. And they were not sprinting. They were just kind of like, walking and shuffling. And you can, as you come around the corner, you can see that they've just turned and heard you belting towards them. And they're like, and they jump and panic and they turn. And they have this thing in their hand, which they raise up in front of them. And we will cut Michael Hanley, who has driven sometime after this to a truck stop gas station on Route 70, somewhere between Cutter and Peridot in the San Carlos Reservation. What are you doing with the car? You're just driving up to the fuel station? You're just going to park in a...
No, I think he hasn't really cased this place yet, right? Yeah. So is it open?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
He'll pull up and gas up and go
Mhm.
inside and pay like you used to
Mhm.
have to back then.
Yep.
Probably while the gas is still gassing up in the car or whatever. that's
Inside
insane.
the truck stop, there is music playing. The song is Return of the Mac by Mark Morrison. And you could see that the guy behind the counter is just kind of grooving as he just sort of sits there sipping on a glass bottle containing Coca-Cola, who are not sponsoring the stream.
Glass, how fancy. He'll
Yeah.
kind of eye the guy, give him a nod, kind of go in. I
What's up,
think
dude?
he makes his way to the coffee, the cheap ass coffee you get in a gas station.
Yep.
Loads up on a couple of bars of something, maybe a candy bar, maybe a Nutri-Grain bar or something of the sort. And I'll head up and take a couple 20s out, throw them down, and say 20 in gas, please.
Yeah, sure. You hear about them murders? Is that why you're here? Huh?
Sorry. What gives that away?
He just kind of nods and he sees like your pistol on your holster and your suit and whatever else and stuff. Are you like some kind of what are you, like CIA or something?
Like something.
Like
Hey,
That's cool. That's cool, man.
you know
Fuck the
any
police,
of,
right?
you see any of those people?
Well, any of the dead people?
Yeah, do you know any of them? Any of them
So
come
they
here?
they are dead. They're dead, hey?
Well, they're missing.
Sure, missing. Yeah, I got the scoop. Felix, but he worked here, so I see him around.
Anything weird last time you saw Felix? The week leading into it?
When was that? That was like last month or something, hey?
I don't know, you tell me. There's that slight cop accusatory or like, spinning
Pressure.
the question around. Yeah. Of like,
Yeah,
You've been
yeah.
drinking?
yeah.
You've been exactly. You got a license for that cola?
Felix from Phoenix.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He said, no, I mean, I worked that week, but I hadn't, I didn't really speak to Felix. I mean, like, we don't work together, right? There's usually just one person on. So like, I didn't really see him that much or whatever, but nothing weird. I mean, yeah, his brother's kind of fucked up, but he's, fine.
His brother?
Yeah.
What about his brother?
Oh, he's in jail, right? Like, he's a fuck up, So, like, probably Felix is the same. I don't know. Maybe it's like a drug murder or something. Aren't you the CIA guy? Shouldn't you be telling? Like, is it a drug murders? Is that what's going on?
Do you have any information about drugs?
No. Ew. I hate drugs. I've never used them, so you don't need to worry about that for me at all. I don't. I know I hate them. Yeah. Anyway, so that'll be 42.30, and you have a good night.
He will. Yeah, he'll pay the 42. He actually gives him I give him 62-30. And I'll say,
Oh, there you go.
if you have any memories come to you, anything stands out, kind of pull out card. Or I assume, I think agents have cards. I'm basing this
Yeah,
off
you
my
can.
cousin.
Yeah.
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 And slide a card his way. If anything jogs your memory.
He takes the card and he takes the 20, and you can tell with your human that this boy has definitely done drugs. Probably not right now.
You could get that with a human of 10.
Yeah, that's right. And he just nods up into the corner outside, and you can turn and look, and you can see that there's a security camera there.
Turns and looks.
You check that out?
No, I haven't.
I don't know if anybody else has, maybe.
Good plan. Good catch. That, I don't think he knows what he's doing with that stuff. Let me verify. He got 20. He's going to scope it out and figure out whether this is something he can do or whether this is a McMichaels thing.
Probably the correct way to do it would be to get a warrant to requisition that footage.
Right.
Right. There may be one already, but you don't have it on you.
And so
We cut to McMichaels for a moment. Excuse me. What is he doing? He's come home. He has some shitty photos of a very cool bird.
Yeah, he's gonna look for his wife and be really excited about this bird that he saw, because he can't really talk about work. So at the very least, he
Yeah.
can talk about his birds.
Yeah. Honey, you're late, honey.
Yeah. I'm late. I'm sorry about that. You've got to see this. This is the elegant Trogon. It's amazing. Terrible photos, by the way, but still, these are amazing. He's not going to ask how her day was or anything. He's just going about the bird.
Well, your dinner is cold, so that's great. Go us, I suppose. And I don't really care about a bird right now. I have not heard from you all day. So hi, I'm going out.
All right. At this time? What time is it? Like 7?
I'm just gonna have a drink because I'm pissed off, Dale. Okay, I've told you to call me when you're gonna be late.
That's my bad.
It is. That's what I'm saying, Dale. Okay, you can't. We made vows, Dale.
I am not in any breach of those vows. I'm just working. Log on.
Sure. Yeah. We all have work to do, Dale.
Then he's just looking at the bird pictures, like argument over.
She picks up her keys and a purse and walks out.
Hey, Dale, I know I'm the last person to give interpersonal advice, but
On the plus side, any willpower damage that you would have taken from this very stressful encounter with your otherwise lovely wife is offset by the fact that the bird group are going to be stoked with this one.
This is amazing.
Yeah. If you would like, you can reduce your wife bond by 1 and increase your bird watching group by 1.
A necessary sacrifice.
Yeah.
what's that? It's disregard women, acquire birds.
Yeah. And you start flicking through and give me a luck roll.
All right, roll. Luck is a multiple. What now?
We rolled it before. If you don't have one, just 3d6 times 5. I can't remember what your number was. Doesn't matter.
Okay, 3d6 times 5. Okay, 50. So I have a luck of 50.
Perfect.
I rolled a 90.
You flick through and none of your photos are really great. They're all blurry. But as you're flicking through, one of the photos, you're flicking, blurry tree, blurry red streak, blah, 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 half a bird. And then you flick through and you can see that one of these photos, there's like a weird pattern on the blur, which kind of looks like it was almost as if you turned your camera 90 degrees as it was happening, but only in the vicinity of the bird. And it sort of like started to make a spiral. If you've taken this bird photo and made a spiral out of it, the rest of the background is fine, but something weird has happened with this photo. We cut back to Grayson. This person's raised something up in front of their face, which is roughly lunchbox sized. It's dark. You can't see what it is. What do you do?
There are two things going through his brain. One is this person's an attacker. They have to be stopped. The second is if this person is anything but that, your picture's going to be all over the nightly news for the next week.
Correct.
What he's going to do, I think, is a mix of the two. Is there anything that I can potentially take cover behind?
Yeah, the corner that you just run around. Yep.
I think he will stop and press himself against a corner, and he'll go, Agent Grayson, FBI, who are you?
Give me a dodge roll.
Let's do it. My dodge is not amazing at a 50, but if I roll a 40, I'm good.
You are. And the next day, on the cover of a magazine called The Tattler, there is a photo of one Agent Grayson looking very stressed and panicky, half blurred, darting up against the side of a wall, some kind of journalist. And we will resolve the conversation that happens with that next week.
Glad I didn't kick him in the teeth.
Thank you. Outros? Anybody want to wrap up anything before we finish the thing?
I exist only in the things that other people are, so I got no outro. I long to be grizzled and more veterinary, less involved with animals and more shooty.
Yep. So I'm Cyberbro. I played Dale McMichaels. So if you want to see more of me, you can catch me here on Bob's channel, where we play Pendragon about 3 nights a week. In addition to that, I have my own channel, Super Cyber Station. I'll be at RuneQuest starting up here on the 20th. So October 20th is going to be my first episode there. So come check us out.
Hey everyone, I'm Bob, Tickingtimebob. I run the channel. We have, as mentioned, Pendragon. We're going down to 2 times a week for now, as we start up something new on the Friday game. We'll see. We are on a writing break just for October, and then we'll be back with the Era of the Boy King and the yet to be announced Somerset game, which now has a title. We will hold off on announcing that. In addition to this, we have, as mentioned, Delta Green here. We have another miniseries in October with the gentleman gamer Matthew Dawkins and Vampire the Dark Ages called Crown of Thorns. Really worth checking out if you can. And we have an upcoming one-shot of Daggerheart, Monte Glue of the Unexpectables. And tomorrow we have a Pendragon game. It'll be a 3-part series run by Liam, dealing with the clergy, set in my universe though. So, and featuring the creative director of Pendragon, David Larkins. You should definitely come check that out. And that's a lot, but I wanted to get all that out. Thanks for your time, Trent. Hand it over to you to wrap us up.
Yeah, thank you. And thanks to you for making this all happen. It's been great. I'm looking forward to being a participant in some of the things Bob's just mentioned. My name is Trent B. This is Delta Green, Puppet Shows and Shadow Plays. I hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll pick it up next week where we'll follow up with some of the weird discoveries that they've made and some of the cool bird photos. Thanks, everybody.
Can I just say how cool the vibe of this game is? This is like right up my alley. Very True Detective meets would be another good one, like X-Files or something, or Fringe, if you remember that show.
Yeah, for sure. It's super cool. It's a really fun game. Hopefully we can continue to do it just.
Indeed. I think
Great. And we'll pick it up next week.
Yeah, so before everyone bounces out, we're going to quickly raid out to some friends. We'll see if anyone's on and I'm following. If not, we'll find someone quickly. To anyone that is doing any TTRPGs. If I can recruit you guys, if you could kindly look and see if there's anyone you see that's worth raiding out to, or anyone that's in Twitch and able to look. If not, I'm sure I'll find.
There's a lot of Final
very
Fantasy
shortly.
tactics,
right? Is
I'll
there?
try
This will
to
start.
Maxwell Flyway. Down to die RPG. That sounds good. I always like to pass when I can the stuff off to other TTRPG people.
Very fair.
Okay, and I'm just gonna try the raid manually. Hope it works. Hey, it's working. Okay.
Excellent.
Thank you all
Sweet.
for your time. We raid out just now. We'll be back next Saturday with more. Same time. We'll see you then.
Ciao.
Farewell. But yes, I